The Justice Department now preparing subpoenas in a preliminary investigation into News Corporation. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. The Journal reports the subpoenas would give the Department of Justice broad authority to investigate alleged foreign bribery and the alleged phone hacking of the voicemail of September 11th victims. As you know, there are now investigations on 2 continents. And it all stems from allegations that News Corp's News of the World tabloid paid bribes to British police and hacked into people's cell phones. News Corporation is the parent company of the Fox News Channel and the Wall Street Journal. Catherine Herridge with the news now live from Washington. Catherine?
Well, thank you very much, Greg. A federal law enforcement source did not deny the reporting of the Wall Street Journal, but said to Fox that these subpoenas is really a normal and cursory step. An attorney specializing in government investigations says getting information from a news organization in any case has special requirements for the Department of Justice.
The Department of Justice has promulgated regulations that bind itself to certain procedures before issuing a subpoena. The Attorney General has to approve personally and explicitly all subpoenas issued to news media organizations.
And as Cook just mentioned, and this is significant, the Attorney General must sign off on each one. And in response, News Corp has issued a statement that reads in part, quote, "We have not seen any evidence to suggest there was any hacking of 9/11 victims' phones, nor has anybody corroborated what are clearly very serious allegations. The story arose when an unidentified person speculated to the Daily Mirror, that's a British newspaper, about whether it happened. That paper printed the anonymous speculation, which has since mushroomed in the broader media with no substantiation. There's no public timetable in this preliminary inquiry, but Cook says that by most standards it's moving quickly because he believes the allegations involving the 9/11 family members are very serious." Greg.
Catherine Herridge in Washington. Catherine, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, a British lawmaker says he is calling on Scotland Yard to investigate whether James Murdoch misled a parliamentary committee this week. James Murdoch is the Deputy Chief Operating Officer of News Corporation, the son of News Corp Chairman and CEO Rupert Murdoch. The Chief Fox Report correspondent Jonathan Hunt now with the news live from our New York City newsroom. Jonathan?
Greg, this all centres on what James Murdoch knew and when he knew it. News Corporation executives have consistently said that they only found out in late 2010 that phone hacking may have been widespread at the News of the World newspaper. They say that prior to that, they believed it was limited to just one reporter. Now, during his appearance in front of a parliamentary committee this week, James Murdoch reiterated that, and he said when he authorised an out-of-court settlement with one of the hacking victims, he was not aware of an email written by a former News of the World staffer that indicated hacking was common at the paper. That email, known as the Neville email, has become a key piece of evidence.
When you signed off the Taylor payment, did you see or were you made aware of the full Neville email, the transcript of the hacked voicemail message?
No, I was not aware of that at the time.
Now, a former editor of the News of the World and the paper's former legal counsel have challenged Mr. Murdoch's version of events, releasing a statement saying, quote, "Just by way of clarification relating to Tuesday's Culture Media Select Committee hearing, we would like to point out that James Murdoch's recollection of what he was told when agreeing to settle the Gordon Taylor litigation was mistaken. In fact, we did inform him of the For Neville email, which had been produced to us by Gordon Taylor's lawyers." That prompted this statement from British Prime Minister David Cameron.
Clearly, James Murdoch has got questions to answer in Parliament, and I'm sure that he will do that. And clearly, News International has got some big issues to deal with and a mess to clear up.
James Murdoch responded today with a letter to the committee chairman, MP John Whittingdale, saying, quote, "Allegations have been made as to the veracity of my testimony to your committee on Tuesday. As you know, I was questioned thoroughly and I answered truthfully. I stand by my testimony. I am preparing a written response to the questions that I undertook to follow up on when I appeared before you on 19 July. The police and parliamentary investigations of the phone hacking, meanwhile, continue. Greg?
Jonathan Hunt. Jonathan, thanks.